Oh, hello, and my name is Ng Ngo Kiu. My student number is 310554430. Okay, let's start. Today, I will introduce a program for talent development of our company. Talent development program is typically used for shaping roles, process, strategy, traits in a sports domain. The main imperative elements are physiological, psychological, environment, and education that have interaction with motivation and character traits development in addition to fitness development. On bike, these abilities play as vital roles in cycling development. These exert I/O position of cycling team regardless of offensive role or defensive role in a team. With your physical capabilities growing up to be strong, the self-confidence and participation motivation would also be got up along with. Moreover, another critical factor is personality. For example, person with aggressiveness would act active to lead an attack for an advantageous position or are preponderant initiative during race, whereas person with defensiveness may behave negative that prefer to adopt a defensive tactic. For example, cruise in a group during competition. Okay, level of physical function, liver function, psychological function, intelligence, and resolution are subject to the level of sport performance. Giving you tests on cognitive function could identify if subject's level of abilities meets the entry requirement to be a professional athlete. Of course, this capability can be built through training. Okay. Propulsion, influence, positivity to start, sustain, and engage in something. For example, if one starts a work with a reasons, he wouldn't work all over it, even give an abandon at early moments. Furthermore, some people around participants, such as coach and parents, are critically influence the one's determination and practical result of training, because coach's professional knowledge could lead the quality of learning and level of involvement could get up from the encouragement from coaches and parents. Besides, opportunity to participants is significant in experience and practice. On the other hand, lack of opportunity brings about participants lost their growth and self-confidence, and they may doubt on ability themselves. The contrast text for comparison is the Cycling Association of Hong Kong, which is the Cycling Association of Hong Kong is the biggest organization of cycling in Hong Kong, which recognized by Hong Kong government. Okay, let's get a know on the talent program of CAHK. 4 stages for youths: development of sport life and sport career. Most people would firstly arrive cycling training program, which divided into 3 level stages, depending on skills level of the participants. Children with excellent talent would be directly diverted to young athlete cycling training scheme. Following training scheme is school sports program, young athlete cycling training scheme, whereby the talents recognized would be picked out for further deploying in further start program, which is an articulated scheme training talents with professional-based systematic training program. About cycling training program, it provides a diversity of bike fields to develop with emphasis in knowledge, skills, tactic, and competition research. Strategical elements that all are competition oriented. School sports program, it generally consists of 2 segments with other 2 interest courses. It actually is an extension from cycling training program, primarily focuses on sport performance, more practices in competition that aims at development of aggressive mindset, and participants trained directly by coaches to maximize the efficacy of training on skills. Also, giving a choice to participants specialize in type of cycling which depends on their interest and physical ability. Extending from drawn school program, talent children invited by coach take a more systematic advanced training program which aims to strengthen their tactical capability and experience. Meanwhile, reinforcing children's aggressiveness and courage through competition so that more opportunities for them to take, where they have their own position in team and only work on the position, and connection between peers is valid to raise their motivation to continue sport. Finally, talents with nomination by coach that enter to future star program will provide a comprehensive care of physiologic and psychological and advanced skills training. Different from all the schemes, they would be seen as prospective pro. Okay, let's take a look at the chart. Due to focus on high sports technique, all advantages of the HK program are around progress of technique and physiology. Obviously, it has a lack of connection, lack of social connection with peers that may decrease participants' motivation to participate and positivity of engagement. By the way, with our outcome of study that early specializing and practicing hard bring a high risk of getting sport injury. Okay, here is a brief for the layout for the layout of our 10 development program. Okay. Look, and for our program, we firstly focus on the motivation that is indicated how to stimulate the participants' motivation to continue playing in these sports, and the motivation to progress their own ability for the sports performance. Okay, and then how to boost the adaptation to the sports in the first stage of the sports. Then we highly want to make them have a progress, because much progress can push them to further explore the skills of the sport. Okay. For the elementary level players, interest course is only for them to play according to their roles. They can play everywhere in community, just like a tour, with an aim to observe people who have fitness potential. After that, participants can join school team, which divide into 6 segments. It is a space for observation players' potentials. Also, a series of specialization schemes which incorporate talent camp, regional cup and national cup that converts comprehensive tests on physiology, fitness, psychological, cognitive functions, and systematic training. Talents would be treated as an advanced player with more opportunities over competition and practice in scientific methods. Okay. Now here is some components of our talent development program, and here is a brief to shed light on the details of our program. Okay. Interest course is for everyone interested in. There are low task, low stress, or is playing out there. Children generally enjoy it as beginning to play with other players. Funny environment is favorable, establishing interest and social communication. Some games with tasks for children are set out to improve interest in bike and intensify their engagement because some reachable tasks can push their own confidence and mindset to go on. Meanwhile, coaches would give an observation to youth on their physical fitness potential. School team is distinct from interest class and community centered by holding application of half play and half practice. It teaches fundamental cycling skills on road or virtual way with coach's direct instruction. Different types of bike are choiceable and training with are purpose to develop them in their aspiration. Some competitions for them to take are in attempt to incentivize to try more and build up self-confidence. But the competition games were not too formal, but with few ease. Also, cognitive tests highlights capabilities of children for further development and classification. Okay. Talent camp primarily serves as a basis to assess and analyze in participants' fitness ability, mental traits, and collective functions, or non-collective functions that distinguish participants from their own characteristics and gifted abilities, so as to assign position in team, and it is a start of specialization to further pinpoint their role in team. Coaches will be the supervisors or guardianship in addition to carry out the tasks. Also, to give accompany to and building connection with participants. Regional Cup, whereby this firm specialized team having teamwork training and commands competition in regional level. Challenges can stimulate fighting spirit up with increasing self-challenges with tasks and external challenges from environment. Competitions, psychological quality could be inspired in team and individual. Team training benefits in pushing teamwork and stimulate higher level of energy by encouraging each other. Highly competitive environment enables everyone experience and maximally own potential and fighting spirit. Participants advance individual sport skills with systematic training scheme provided by clubs, cementing own confidence. Okay, in this stage, all efforts focus on improving sport performance with a specific training modality, but not trained hand by hand with coach. Moreover, cares must give to health or psychological aspects that affects in relation to sport performance, especially when athletes fail. In, com- in comparison with CHK's program, our talent development program is mainly carried out about youth comprehensive development from cultivating interest in sport to individual ability unearthing and feeding. While CHK's program concentrates only on level of sport skills, but being neglectful to the aspect of psychology and social connection. Okay, and that that that's all of my presentation. Thank you for